Hello, this is Pamela. Welcome back to my Yamas and Niyamas discussion. So today we're going to be talking about tapas, which is the third niyama, tapas, literally meaning heat, fire. Um, but we use it to refer to self-discipline. And so, as we know, as we've learned in my earlier videos, niyamas really focus on inner resource and inner work. And so, this self discipline is about that type of practice of inner work, right? And what that looks like for each one of us. That will look different for us, and that will be on any given day different, perhaps. It is also a practice of transformation and change and shift, using this heat, that fire, to transform, to transmute ourselves through this practice of discipline. So regular tapas practice will change you and change your nature through regular yoga, regular asana practice. Many people love hot yoga, um, because on the mat you can practice that, idea of tapas, heat, self-discipline, and how you're showing up as it's hot and as you're moving through the asanas in your practice. Um, Acts of service, acts of community service in particular, how you're showing up in your community, why you're doing it. Um, is it altruistic or is it an ego? And that's where you can bring in tapas as it relates to self-discipline and becoming aware of what's going on inside. Compassion and kindness on and off the mat, right? So the idea of practicing tapas gets us to self-realization, I think, recognizing a higher version of ourselves as we practice self-discipline. During this pandemic, and I have notes here, consider this time. I mean, it's been almost 2 years in this pandemic. Wow. Consider this time not as horrible, but as a time to clear, clean, burn away a new path for new opportunities and new ways of looking at things and at life. So for me, the practice of tapas has been, along with the practice of santosha, which we talked about in my last video, which is acceptance, just allowing and being in the feeling. So feeling the emotions and witnessing the thoughts and the beliefs that have surfaced for me in these past almost 2 years now, and how I'm relating to that and how it's showing up for me in my life and how I relate to other people. So look at that in your own life, like as a practice during these times. And I believe we're on the tail end of COVID, but what do I know? Man plans and God laughs, right? um, yeah, so using tapas as catharsis, as a breakdown to break through. So we're burning away to clear so that we can have this breakthrough. We can have those nuggets where we're broken open. We're broken wide open so we can see clearly. We can observe clearly. We can experience clearly. We can embody clearly. So I want to leave you with two things, and one of them is a prayer. Some of you may know of it, the prayer of Saint Francis of Assisi. And the other prayer I will come to, but let me just go with the prayer from St. Francis of Assisi. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. Where there is sadness, joy. So Sarah McLaughlin, who's actually one of my favorite singers, she has this lovely song and she sings the prayer. I'm not going to sing it, but it starts, Lord, make me, well, I am singing it, the instrument of thy peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. And it goes on. So if that resonates, use that prayer. Use that prayer in the morning. It's a prayer of transformation. It can clear, it can burn away. It can show you kind of a new path. And the other is a poem. I love poetry. And, I've started kind of a writing blog, a newsletter called Some Prose in a Poem, which I'll be doing a lot more content on because I'm thoroughly enjoying myself writing essays and poems. I just love doing that. Coming back to that, I used to write poems as a child, and this tapas practice has cleared away some things and is continuing to burn and clear some things for me so that I can have space for the things that nourish me. And it's feeling nice. And so this poem is really getting a lot of press lately, and it's annoying to me because everyone's saying it's the Black national anthem, and it's not an anthem. An anthem, by definition, is a song about blowing shit up, the bombs bursting in air. And I won't talk about the other verses to that song that we don't sing. Do your own research. This is a hymn. And I memorized this poem, but I'm actually going to read it because I don't want to really, sometimes I flip the verses. But it's also a song, and I'm not going to sing it, but it's a lovely song. And so the poem is called Lift Every Voice and Sing. Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of hope that the present has brought us, facing the rising sun of our new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won. Stony the road we trod, bitter the chastening rod, felt in the days when hope unborn had died. Yet with a steady beat, have not our weary feet come to the place for which our fathers sighed. We have come over a way that with tears have been watered. We have come treading our path through the blood of the slaughtered, out from the gloomy past, till now we stand at last, where the white gleam of our bright star is cast. God of our weary years, God of our silent tears, thou who hast brought us thus far on the way, thou who hast by thy might led us into the light, keep us forever in the path, we pray. Lest our feet stray from the places, our God, where we met thee. Lest our hearts, drunk with the wine of the world, we forget thee. Shadow beneath thy hand, may we forever stand true to our God, true to our native land. If it resonates, it's one of my favorite poems, James Weldon Johnson. So I'll end this video with a question. How have you been blessed by your COVID challenge? And I want you to consider that as you sit with any death that has occurred because of it, as you sit with any illness, any lost opportunity because of COVID, and look at that as glass half full for a moment for this exercise, as opposed to glass half empty, and consider what blessings have come to you during these COVID times. Thank you for listening to me. If you haven't already subscribed to this YouTube channel, please do that. Hit the like button, subscribe, click on that bell so you can actually get notifications when I upload videos, which I'm going to try to do more regularly. And I thank you for your time and energy.